Hello. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Hello, Kim. Hello, Ramblin'. Morton. Hello. Yo, man. Yep. Oh. And Gaff from, hello from UK. Deborah from New Mexico. Connie, hello. TV producer. Hello. Karen Shields. Hi, Jiffy. How's the snow your way? It's melting. Tracy, hello from Northeast Ohio. Mary M, hi from Texas. I was just going to call. Yeah. How's everything? Well, I wanted to start off. I did do a video this afternoon. I did. And I tried to upload it, and part of it got uploaded. The other part didn't get uploaded. I don't know why. I thanked everybody on it. I gave out some shout outs, so we're going to have to do that again. And okay, as you can see, I got a new T-shirt from Hawaii. Yay! And I got a few other things. I got some macadamia nuts and yeah, my daughter got a T-shirt. So yeah, that's all cool. That's all good. I wanted to thank Ramblin for sending me all that, and yeah, she sent me a few things. I'll tell you about something later, but she sent me a few things. Yeah, this this live is going to be a little censored. Anyways, and she sent me a license plate, which is good from Hawaii. And I also, yeah, she's amazing. She bumped into some tourists where she's from in Hawaii there. And Kim and Rob, I'd like to thank them for bringing back the booty. Yeah, they were able to talk and they said, oh, yeah, they'd be happy to. They live in Ontario, not too far from me. Near Kempful. That it just so happens that that's where my mom lived most of her life, and that's where I think I was made there, but I was born in Ottawa. So yeah, a long family history. Uh, and I wasn't able to thank them yesterday. Thank you very much, Terry. I appreciate that. I wasn't able to thank them yesterday because I wasn't able to get out of the car because snow, and my daughter had to go to the front, but she thanked them. Anyways, yeah, that was very much appreciated. Uh, I also like to give a shout out for people like Badge and Chrome. Somebody must have told Badge or something, but Badge got a hold of Chrome, and they put a shout out for. She usually moderates for me, and she moderates for. She also moderates for Chrome and a few other people, I think. But I'd like to give a shout out for or two, Patty Crane. She was having a few problems down there. Uh, I think she's in Arizona, and yeah, she's having a few problems, and her vehicle's acting up. So Bad said he'd go down and check it out. So I think that's what they're doing now. So you know, keep your fingers crossed. Hope that's okay. Hope she's okay. Uh, hey Craig, hi Insanity. I seen that you gave me a message and I didn't read it yet. I'll read it after this. Probably answered the question, but I'm here. I'm okay. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I know people. I know I'm one of them. Anyways, I don't like always getting stuff because it can be very overwhelming. You know, I'd say 99% of the people on here or the people that follow me, I don't know. you know, and when people start, you know, sharing stuff and passing stuff on or whatever, it's very overwhelming, especially if you trying to do it all by yourself, you know. And it's not because you have to do it by yourself. I mean, that's the way I'm made. I mean, I don't ask for too much help, and that's one of my downfalls. So it can be very overwhelming, and I'm sure Patty was overwhelmed with a lot of stuff because people, somebody put a shout out and people were there in our door. So yeah, but it's good. It's the way that's the way we roll out here. Uh, okay. Oh yeah. The other day, I got some funny people on here. Some of my followers. Uh, the other day, you remember? I think it was my last video or something. I mentioned that I stunk. Yeah. Well, I got some hilarious people. We won't mention names, but somebody that gave me some stuff and sent me some macadamia nuts and stuff like that. So yeah, I said, I said I smelt and I had a hard time, and I've decided to like now, and my daughter sort of like says, "Oh, that's great." So if I pour out my urine or whatever, it smells pretty. It smells like pine sol. But oh yeah, I got some people that back me up to my nosebleeds. Uh, they sent me this soap here when I said I stunk. They sent me this soap, and here, this is what they sent me. These are supposed to be my friends. They sent me some soap. Yeah, it's for your ass. Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of funny because the company or the person that makes this is I think her name is filthyfarmgirl.com. And that doesn't stop here. Every time I call some people in Hawaii, I always hear roosters. So, no, they got to be funny now. So they sent me, they want to make sure everything gets washed, right? So they sent me some other soap. Now be prepared. There you go. I roared laughing at that. I couldn't believe it. I said, "You've got to be." So, yeah, it's like without saying it, if you're quick enough, you can put together. I got a handful of. Yeah, exactly. And the smell is great. Uh, it does smell pretty nice, actually. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm glad you're all laughing. There's some people have a hard time with that. Some people say, "What are you talking about? That's awful." But yeah, I mean, I try to keep it down. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. These are the people that, yeah, they like to joke around. Uh, so that's pretty much it for that part of what I see. I did a video today and I couldn't get it up. It wouldn't upload. I don't have enough room, it says. But I've deleted pictures. I've gone in to try to empty everything out, and it's still I don't know. Past couple of times it's been bugging me. It's been acting up. And the other problem is my daughter Katie, because the kids sometimes when they get a little bit wild and stuff, and when they get a little bit wild, she's got to sort of like pull back, right? So she cuts off the Wi-Fi, but she doesn't tell me about it. Well, here I am banging away trying to get stuff done or trying to do something, and yeah, it doesn't get done. And then she switches up words. I just figured out what the password was, and she switched it up, and then I went back, and then it was on the wrong server, and I was like, please. Anyways, it's all good. The other thing I wanted to bring up and talk about tonight was it's my 1 year anniversary since I lost my limbs. Where the heck has time gone? But yeah, It is. It's a year. So yeah, it's been quite the year. Um, the other day, well, the other thing is like I'm still learning. Like I don't know if people understand, but I mean, I'm still learning. I'm still learning stuff. Uh, yeah, I haven't figured it all out yet, but the other day when I went to a tournament. I had a great weekend because I went to a tournament for my grandson Dallas. He plays goalie. They lost the tournament, but they won the last game. He got a shutout and stuff, so he did well. I mean, I don't like the way them tournaments go because I mean they won two games in a well, they won two games and lost one, and that's it. They're out. But because it goes on points, scores against and stuff, and they were just yeah, they were 1.0 or 1.4 points behind or something. So that means that they're out. Uh, so yeah, so we went out. We were having a good time, and then we went out to get something to eat. And well, you know how kids are. I know my daughter today when I said it, she goes, "Oh, don't put them down." I'm not putting them down. I mean, I'm not putting them down. I mean, but I remember kids know everything, right? You can't tell a 15-year-old anything because they know it all. Even if you're 100, like they know everything. So and and it's nervy, and they walk around with their headphones on or something, and they got a bud going on in one ear and trying to listen out of the other ear, and I don't know if I speak loud enough or not. So they were rolling into the restaurant, and then I said, watch, there's a bump there, and you gotta my manual chair, you gotta lift up the front wheels and just roll over it. But he didn't hear me, or he took it at a different angle. Both of my grandkids, the one that likes to push me a lot is Dawson, and Dallas likes to push me too. Both my grandkids go on different angles instead of going right in the middle of the door and going in between that. They like to put it on an angle, so they always hit it. They always hit the side of it. I said, "Go straight, go straight." Anyways, we went in there and he hit that lip. He didn't hear me, I guess, which is fine. He hit the lip, and it was like I was on a blackout. I don't remember much, but I do remember going butt over tea kettles and I landed on the floor. Hey, Marathon, how are you? Yeah, yeah, I landed on the ground. I didn't land on my feet, but I did land on my stumps. So, I had quite the gouge. I mean, I had well, not a gouge, but I guess I had a scrape. And it looks worse now. I don't even know if I can see it now, but it looks worse now than it did the other night. But excuse me, there. That's what we ended up doing. I've been cleaning it with peroxide, trying to keep it clean and stuff, but it's really hard. It's really hard. It's like just moving around. You know, it stretches and it's sore, and I've been stiff and stuff like that. And yeah, but that was the excitement. We had a good time. He didn't want to push me anymore, and I said no. We're doing it again. Hey, Raven, how are you? Good to see you. And so yeah, he, so I told him, I said, it's like riding a horse. Once you fall off, you got to get back on it. You won't want to do it again. So he said, okay. I told him, I said, it's all right. Everything's forgiven. It's not a big deal. But yeah, we managed to get back up on the chair. Everything was fine. We went and had supper. He was still a little bit about it down. That was fine. But it's been a rough week, people. The night before I went, I was having a hard time sleeping and I had to go to the washroom, you know, at 2 in the morning. So I got into my electric. I pulled up my commode, so I got a switch. So I got my commode all lined up. I got the wheelchair all lined up, and there's like so I got put one stump on the commode, one stump on the wheelchair, and there's a gap in the middle, right? And since I sit on my family jewels, when I'm sitting like that, they drop down. So yeah, I forgot. Important. This is important to anybody that has a wheelchair, has a similar problem that I had. I forgot to turn off the power. So inadvertently, as I was trying to cross the natural divide there, Grand Canyon, I automatically hit the button for it to go, and bang! Yes, 2 o'clock in the morning brought tears to my eyes. Uh, I almost fell out of my wheelchair. I was bleeding a little bit, and I was like, "Oh God!" Anyways, yeah, that's all. Yeah, these are all learning curves. You can't protect me from that. It's like you got to learn. You know, and I've been in and out of that chair. Never done that once. Obviously, I've been in and out of that chair many, 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 many times in the past year. Never did that once. However, yeah, crying with laughter. Yeah, I was crying too. It wasn't all that painful, but it's just I don't know why that skin down there is a little bit thinner than the skin up here, but it's almost like your face. When you nick yourself, it bleeds a lot. Well, that's pretty much what it wasn't really nothing. It was a little scrape, but yeah. So that was like and I like I said, almost fell out of the chair. I was on the edge. I had to balance myself to get the chair a little bit closer so I could get up properly. And anyways, it all went away. Everything's fine. But yeah, the past couple of days on the chair has been crazy, and it gets crazier because um, like I know some of you out there do have chairs and do have they're probably they're in wheelchairs or something. But probably you got to learn to do stuff. Like, when you say wheelie, everybody freaks out. Oh, wheelie, you're going to fall. But you have to do that sometimes to get over bumps and and things like that, or to get over cracks in the ground, or go through a doorway. Just because it says handicap, that doesn't mean it's smooth sailing. No, there's little bumps you got to pop and go back, and my daughter, I mean, it's my family, right? They're very protective, and they don't want me to, they think I'm being a show off, or they think I'm being old crazy dad, like he does weird things sometimes. I'm not really being that. I am a little bit nutty, but I'm not really being that. I'm trying to advance myself and my skills so I can be more independent, and that's what you got to go through. So it's like a kid. When kids start to learn how to walk, or when they start to move around, you can't be over them 24/7. They're going to fall. The only difference is, I necessarily don't always fall on my butt. I fall on my well, I never fell on my face yet, and I've been able to stop myself from falling on my face. But I have fell on my stumps, and since I have nothing on the bottom of my stumps, it's just like a little bit of flesh and bone there. Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but it's just I mean, and that's it. Like that's the whole thing. It's just it hurts a little bit, and that's all I can do. Uh, I thought somebody just sent me something. Oh, okay. I think somebody answered the question for me from before. Anyway, yeah. So they're always protective. But now my daughter just turns away. I just say, like I sit there and I try to pull myself. Like I use my other ones because I want to get muscles in my arms and strengthen my arms because I want to learn how to move myself and get out of situations. Because on another film, another video I did, and I was talking when Brent was there. That's one of the reasons why I was scared to. I was scared to go down on the ground because I'm not sure if I can get myself back up. So I have to learn how to do that, and that's why it's like I don't want to fall. I'm not crazy that way. I don't want to fall. I don't want to get. I don't want to be thrown out of my chair, even with a seatbelt or whatever. I mean, I took all that off because most people don't. Most people don't wear the seatbelts. Um, because it's better. I believe it's better. At least that's their reason. It's better if you get thrown away from your rig instead of stuck into it because. But anyways, I took it off. I don't really need it, but I have to. You know, I have. I'm going to fall again. I'm gonna do some crazy things, and one of these days I'm going to land on my back too. I know that. I mean, it's inevitable. I know that. So she always like she worries about me and stuff, and she thinks I'm sort of like Dad, don't do that. Dad, don't do that. But one of these days, if I do it right, I'll be able to go down that ramp, and you all seen that ramp in the front of my house. I'll be able to go down that ramp. It's possible on two wheels only. Nobody have a heart attack. Yeah, no, it's possible. I can do that on two wheels only. So that's what I'm leading up to. I mean, I'm not ready there. I'm not there yet, but that's where I'm heading. I got to be able to balance myself on the wheelchairs, and I got to balance myself and do stuff like that. And that's what I'm trying to do. Um, it's not gonna be easy, but yeah. Before my trip is over, like before my time runs out on the big clock, yeah. Before that happens, I'm sure I'm gonna fall a few other times too. You know, it's just different things. It's like like snow scares me. You realize that if it snows out, like if I roll up to a place in the wintertime and it's clear, but if it snows overnight and it dumps a whole pile of snow, I'm pretty much stuck in my van. If I have to move, then I have to move from the back to the front. But I'm pretty much stuck, you know, I'm pretty much stuck in my van because I won't be able to do a lot of stuff outside because that's the problem. So what I'm saying is I like it here. I mean, I like it in Ontario, but I think I'll do like if I travel, I'll travel. I think I'm gonna beat the heck out of Ontario in the summer. There's lots of nice places, lots of places I can go, and yeah, lots of places I can go and visit. And there's Pakenham, like Carlton Place, like just in this area alone. And then I got the States. My buddy Brent, the one that lives here, not the one that lives, not Brent, but Brent. He likes to go down to the States and go, and we used to like to go fishing. So he's already planning on taking me fishing. Go get some trout or something. And yeah, he's already planning that. So it's just like, yeah, so I'm gonna be going places, and yeah, there's a lot to see right where I'm at. So uh yeah, you know, I mean that's pretty much it. And I remember, like, of all the people that I don't talk to all of them a lot, but I mean, there's only one person I don't talk to from back then. But all the people like from I don't know. I got corrected today because I didn't put Ramblin' Rocketeer. To the people I talked to the most, I put down Brent, and I said Chrome and Emmy and Joseph, and I didn't put down Ramblin' Rocketeer. But I was thinking about people that I like, my van family. But I talked to Ramblin' a lot, and her and her husband, we became pretty close and stuff, and yeah, I talk to her more than anybody. We don't talk as much because, lately, but we do like every couple of days at least. We talk or text or something. She's always sending me pictures. I don't know why she sends me pictures of nice looking girls with little bikinis on. I don't know why she does that. I never asked her that in my life. uh, anyways, hi, Papa. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, and every now and then she, putting down, hey, Jeffy, or, love you, and yeah, stuff like that. And, she's a, she's quite the good photographer. So yeah, so she's, that's the main people I talk to. I mean, I've made up a few friends here too that I talk to. I mean, Raven for sure, Insanity. Uh, I'm gonna forget somebody. Uh, yeah, there's a few other people I talk to too. So um, on a not on a daily basis, but more often than not. And yeah, so that's it. And I remember, another like I talked to Brent today, and another shout out to Brent. You know, like when I was going through this at first, I mean, I think it was him and Ramblin' that sort of like we're talking a lot at that time, getting things done, and she was helping with the filming and the editing and some things that I was doing, and he was always visiting, and yeah, you know, if it wasn't for those people back then, you know, it would have been a longer trip, but I've learned stuff along the way. I've had to take a look at myself. I've had to look at my fears, my aspirations. Things aren't moving as fast as I would like them to. Uh, yeah, I'm not moving as fast as I would like to, but I'm getting confused because I did a video talking about this, and now I got to redo it again talking to you. Uh, yeah, I'm moving along. I'm learning stuff, and I'm driving, but I still got hopefully just a few more lessons uh, that I can drive, that I can learn, and then get my license. That's the only thing I haven't really accomplished yet, but I accomplished a lot of other things, and that's what I got to look at. So you know, and Brent's always nagging me because I'm not giving him. I'm not promoting him or his channel at Brent's Van Life. Yes, Brent's Van Life. I see he's on, so that's why I'm bugging him. But yeah, uh, what we got going on over here? No spearmint tea. It's not sex ed. It's like don't get your whatever in a jam. No, yeah, be safe on body. Hey man, life happens. Life happens. Yeah, my life happens. It's the way it is. I don't plan this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Love you too, Brett. Yeah. It's just it's just it. Like like I mean, I look at Brent too. Like I look at Brent's channel. You can't plan all the mess ups he's had. He fixes one thing and then something else goes, and he fixes another thing and something else. I mean, that is van life to a T. I mean, some people get away with it, and some people don't have to fix a lot of stuff. But but yeah, that's. I mean, like I was confused at first, and I said, "Oh, but that's the way it is." I forget them moments. I forget last year I was sleeping in the van before I got my legs taken off, and I didn't have a heater. You know, and I forget my back door was leaking, and I forget that I had mold issues, and I forget about I can't do this, I can't do that. I forget about a lot of things that I say, oh wow, like but that's van life. We use those vehicles every day, either to go to the grocery store or go out in the backwoods, go down dirt roads. I mean, we do that every day. So yeah, like like I mean, I see other people too, like uh, like when I was just reading there, looking at Raven there, I see her sometimes she has problems with her vehicle. We all got problems with our vehicle. Unless you buy something brand new, chances are you're not going to have any problems with it. But that's not necessarily means you're going to be off the hook because it all depends how it was made, who made it, and what day or whatever. All that stuff. I mean, you're going to have problems with it sooner or later because you're using. We abuse our vehicles, and I don't mean like we're running down the road 50,000 miles an hour. No, no, it's a daily. It's worse than a daily use thing. Like you're driving everywhere. Everywhere you go, you're driving. You park it, you walk, you get back into it, you sleep in it, you go down roads that normally you wouldn't go down. And stuff like that. No wonder, it has a hard time. Yeah, well, I mean, and things happen. Like, things happen. I mean, I've had starters go, I've had my alternator go, and before I got rid of my van, uh my converter was starting to go tack 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 inside. It was rattling. That there's a lot of things that and I put a lot of money into it too. And I always try to keep my mechanical part of the vehicle up. I always did, you know. So it's like I mean, I only paid like I paid about 5 grand for the van, and I put like a $4,000 transmission in it. I put like $2,700 in front end work. I put I, yeah, and I bought a $750 alternator, and then I put good grand or so in the back end. I put brakes all the way around. I mean, and that's everything else was up to par, but that was it. You know, it takes a lot to maintain it. So, but yeah, I just I mean, I like it when people are having fun with it too, but it's not always sunshine and roses, man. And I got to understand that. And now for me, I'm not saying it's going to be harder for me, but it's just that there's a lot of things I used to be able to do I won't be able to do now. So might be able to get close to seeing some nice stuff, but I won't be able to get right in there like I used to when I had lakes. So that's the thing. Thank you very much, Winter Diesel. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's all going to be different. Life is different. Life is changed. The only thing that hasn't changed is my desire to give up. I don't want to give up. I don't. I don't like. I mean, it's got nothing to do with my family or nothing. I don't like it in the house. I left 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, and I don't like it. I don't like being in a house, being on one spot, not being able to explore, go out, or whatever. I don't like that. I'm a wanderer. I've had enough over my life as a drug and alcohol counselor. I sat enough in living rooms and on chairs, and I spent like sometimes 15 hours a day talking to people, bah, 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 over and over and over again, and nothing really changed. Changed for me, but it didn't really change when I look back. It's like I did a lot of talking, and not too many people I know that are straight. So yeah, and I just have a hard time. Yeah, I just have a hard time staying in one place. I don't know where, I'm not really sure where I'm going, but I mean, I do, like I said, like I don't know if I have the finances or whatever. I'm still trying to sort that out in my pension and stuff now. But I don't want to spend another Christmas in Ontario or another winter in Ontario. I don't. And I was thinking, oh, I can always go back to BC, but they're not doing any better than we are. Some days, like past couple of years there, then this year, it wasn't all that great up there either. So yeah, Gina, oh my, stop, Jeff, you are scaring me. I want so much to move into a van this year. I'm frightened. I may not be able to pay for so many repairs, but I cannot afford a new van. Well, there's nothing to be scared of, Gina. It's just I'm just I'm not I'm not trying to blow smoke up your behind. I mean, there's different. You look at a whole bunch of videos and you see different things. Now, I know some of the people that show the real, true life stuff, real true life stuff, like their goods, their bads, and their that's the ones you want to listen to. Like, I mean, I watch a guy. He's got like a talk show thing going on there, and Blind Views. You know, he's a good guy, not a problem. But he shows all that. There's a lot of people out in Quartzsite. There's a lot of people out in the desert. They don't go anywhere. They stay there because they don't have enough. I mean, some people don't even have enough money for wood, and they can't. So you got to be realistic. Make sure do your plans. It's called planning. Do your plans, and yes, if you want to travel, you got to make sure your rig goes well. Hey, Aaron, how you? You got to make sure your rig runs well. You don't have to have brand new. Not everybody can afford brand new. Okay, don't need that, but you need to make sure that you. It's not about the. Don't worry about the cosmetic of it all. This thing will run. It'll go as long as you take care of it. That's it. You got to do oil changes, rear end changes. You can't just let it go by. But if you can do that, and if you'll save money if you can do it yourself. But it's really not. It wasn't the last time I did it. It wasn't really that much more expensive to get like I go to Jiffy Lube or something. It wasn't that much more expensive for them to do it. Plus, they have the hassle. They have to have the hassle of getting rid of the oil and everything else. So that's fine. Or if you got if you got a good mechanic around with you, or you know somebody that's good and you trust, then you stick to them and you ask them, what do I need? Does this need to be fixed right away, or can I fix it next week or next month or whatever? And some people are pretty honest. There's some that aren't so honest, but there's some that are honest. And you do what you can. And if you can't, like, I don't plan on just driving. Like, say, if I go anywhere, I don't plan on just getting in the van and heading right to BC. I plan on, it might take me a couple of months now. I plan on driving around, seeing an area, and then when I get enough money, then put it in gas and head to another area, and then sit around and check that out. For a while. It's not about like running all the time. Nobody's got that amount of money. Really. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they do. I mean, I know a lot of people with nice rigs, and I don't think they have that much. They don't have a never ender. Excuse me. They don't have a ever ending supply of cash. You gotta you gotta you gotta like make a list and check it twice. Like, I got $200 for gas money this week or this month. Then that's you gotta stay. I love that saying from gamblers from Lotto. Know your limit and stay within it. So you only travel what you got. Then you might have to stay and wait until your check comes in or your money comes in or whatever, and then you go again, and then you slowly make your way around the country. You know, yeah, but it can be done. So don't let anything I say scare you. What you should do is whatever I say or you hear other people saying it, you need to pay attention to that and just make sure you can make your plans. Yeah, you can plan out your life and what you want to do. Make sure you do the best you can, and doesn't always mean it's going to happen that way either. But if you, if you walk into a room with your eyes wide open, you shouldn't have a problem. So same thing with van life, in my opinion. Yeah, see, here we go. Gas prices are going up again in BC, really high upcoming summer. There you go. Like that's gonna kill a lot of stuff. So that's what I mean. We got, there's nothing to be scared of. You just gotta sort of like, you know, you just gotta sort of like, yeah, plan out your stuff. My daughter today, she said, I said, "Oh, I see you're making coffee every day." She says, "Yeah, I can't afford it." And she lives in the house and she makes good money. And she said, "Yeah, I spend too much money on coffee." So, she makes her own. She doesn't go to Tim Hortons anymore. I mean, she does on like usually when we go for a run somewhere, you know, she does. Like, we'll stop, get a coffee or whatever. Sometimes I pay, sometimes she pays. But yeah, we take our time. But yeah, we don't spend, it's not about that. It just makes your vehicle is part of your body. It's like, that's why, like, I made a thing the other day when I said, I think I mentioned about my wheelchair. I have to do maintenance on my wheelchair. Well, the way I look at my wheelchair is my wheelchair or my legs now. That's what gets me around the room. So if it needs oil, if it needs to be tightened up, adjusted, I got to get on it. I can't sort of like put it in the corner and say, I'll get to you later. No, because later might leave you broken down at the side of a stairway or something. Who knows? But that's the same thing with a vehicle. You got to learn. This is this is your family. Your vehicle is your family. If it don't go, you don't go. So, but that's any vehicle. I mean, that's anybody. That's if you live in a house or you live in a van. If your vehicle doesn't start when you live in the house and you still got to get to work. Guess what? You're hoofing it, or you're calling a cab, or you're taking a bus. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Just got to pay attention and you know look at things realistically. Don't look at all the babes and all the swim trunks and the bathing and everybody's having a wonderful life and no, don't no. I mean they some days we do have that and other days, it's pure hell. Some days. Yeah. So well yeah, who's talking about that? Yeah. Uh somebody just mentioned oh yeah, Carol Ann. Yeah, prices are rising tremendously on food and housing in the US. Well, they're doing the same thing here, Carolyn. Like the other day, I went to the grocery store and like meat. Okay, they got a pack of sausages. We used to pay eight ninety nine for it. $8.99 for a pack of sausages. They're $12.99 now. They haven't changed the sausage. They haven't added sausages. They haven't even changed the marketing scheme of the. It's the same thing, it's just that the prices have just like $4 increase almost. That's everything. Everything. Even the dollar store ain't a freaking dollar anymore. That's the other thing. Now they sell stuff in there at the dollar store for 4.50. Like it's yeah, you just gotta pay attention, that's all. You gotta pay attention. Yeah, like there's places I wanna go, so I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be this year. I'm hoping. I'm not gonna say no, but I'm hoping it will be. But yeah, you know. But I wanna get around. I wanna look at some stuff. Oh, cool, DJ Aaron. That's good. You sleep in that? Uh, Blake. Yeah. Well, thank you. Hugs back to you. Uh, no, I don't know Forresty Forrest. The only time I've never really seen him. The only time Carol Ann asked me that, are you in touch with Forresty Forrest? No, the only time I've ever seen Forresty Forrest, I seen him well. I seen him on video, and I talked to I know I remember Chrome having a meetup with him or something, and they talked for a while, and he and Chrome came back and told us all about Forestry Forest. I've never really hooked up with him. I've never really seen him. I mean, where he goes, I don't even dare to go. Like, I call him the goat because man, he's scaling like, oh, I would have loved to have done that, but there's no way I can do it now. But he's scaling mountains and walking, and it's great. It's great. Like, I like him though. There's no fuss on him. Okay, Winters, Easel, that take care. Thank you for dropping in. Oh, cool, Aaron. I'm glad. I've noticed a lot of people. I got a buddy that I don't know if some of you guys have been around for a while. I got a buddy that gave me a key to the toilets there, the blue toilets in BC. Remember that? So anytime I needed a toilet, I could go unlock it, go in it, and use the facilities. Yeah, he changed his. He had a like an old style camper van, uh, like the truck camper. And I've noticed he changed that because he said it was too much work or too hard for him to fix or something. And they all go to them campers, them things in the back of a pickup truck. They all go. But I noticed now he's got a nice one there. I think it's all fiberglass or something. It's fully colored. So yeah. So he seems to be, and he's like not to put him out, but he's a big boy, and he sleeps in there, and so yeah, and he has a girlfriend, and I think they both sleep in there. Well, I know they do. If they're still together, I'm sure they are. They both sleep in there, so it's like, yeah, it's plenty of room for that. But I would have a hard time because it doesn't look like there's any windows on it, but he's out in the backcountry all the time. He's got a 4x4, and he just tears up the backcountry. Like I've been in places. We were on one time. I think it was Emmy, myself, and Mark. We were in the back, in Squamish, in one of the back countries there. We were way back on like a rock pile where there's a little dam there, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he pulls up, him and his girlfriend, and yeah, he drives everywhere. He takes a lot of nice videos too. So yeah. Um, Let me see. Yeah, Glenroy, I hope to buy some land with other van lifers and have a home base out of the city somewhere. So if prices keep going up, I can just stay put for long periods of time. Yeah, well, that's it. Van life in a pickup with my Chihuahua. Hello, Jeff. Hello. Yeah, some people, Jeff, you are all okay because are you all okay because I see stuff here on the news about uh train ramp in Canada made me kind of worried about all of you. I haven't heard anything about that. Train ramp? No. Haven't heard much about that. Beak. No. I'm all okay as far as I know. I don't really listen to the news much unless it's on Facebook. So I just yeah, I just I just yeah. I guess I'm sheltered. I really don't care what's happening outside of my space right now because the more I care, I mean, I am wandering through. I am wandering through Amazon, and I'm looking at videos, and I watched a video of this guy. I forget his total handle, but it's a lone wolf, and I think he's in the state of Vermont, or I think he's in the states somewhere. But from the sounds of it, this guy has about four different trucks, and they're all rigged for driving. They're all rigged for camping in them. Uh, that's what I say too. No news is good news. Anyways, I'm watching him, and he last time he was in a pickup truck and with a camper, like with a cab on the back. No, I thought of that too, but I don't think it'd be too high for me to get up into the back of the thing, because that's pretty much all I would really need. I don't really need a lot of, but it'd be a little bit too hard for me to do that, because then I have to find a spot to put my chair. Then at least with a Ram or something like that, a mini caravan. Um, Yeah, that would be that would be better, because I can sort of jump in the side and pull in my chair with me, so nothing gets lost, and I can just crawl right into the front seat. So that would be, to me, that would be the perfect thing. Yes, I am doing okay, Catherine. I'm doing fine, thank you. I had again, well, I mean, I said everything I said earlier, so you might have to, if you want to watch and find out what I've been up to or what's happened to me in the past little while, you might have to rewatch it, you know, if you like, and yeah, I'll bring you up to date. So, but I'm glad you're here. Yes. What was I trying to say before? So, blah blah blah. See, my brain goes blank sometimes. But yeah, I think I'll stick to a Dodge. Anyways, yeah, this guy, and then the last time I think I seen him, he had like a 250 or something. And he had it all. It it looked really clean and simple. I didn't really see his van built, but it looked pretty clean and simple. But anyways, he had a wood stove in there, and he uses it a lot when he goes out in the back bush. And this wood stove is not like one. It's not like it's not like the ones you get from Quebec. There, I forget the Grizzly. It's not like that. I think this is like a tent stove, but the way he had it put in. It's safe. He had the backboard on it, so like flames, so the flames wouldn't get at it. And he had a pipe going right up to the behind the driver's side. Behind the driver's seat, he had a little short pipe going up through there, and that's where the smoke went. I don't think he has any solar. I'm not sure if he's going to get any or not, but he did. I think he did say he had two or three different batteries, and he uses them for different things. Uh, but I like that idea. I said, yeah, and I don't know about thank you. Yeah, we did have a good day today. Thank you. Um, Yeah, so, it's short and sweet. I think it's for a tent, but the way it's made, there's a few ones that are made like you got glass on the side. This one's just got a front thing, and it's big enough that you can cook on, or you can boil water on. So, I kind of like that idea, and I think it was less. The one that I was looking at was less than $700 compared to the Grizzly or the Big Grizzly or the Mini Cub. They're they can run you up to $1,200, if not more. And the same thing, my friend Brent in his schoolie, he's got I forget the name of that now, but he's got one of the marine ones, and yeah, they're like 11 to $1,200 plus more. They're supposed to be made really well, but yeah, they're expensive. They're not cheap. And I seen something else that I'm keeping an eye on. I'm trying to figure out. It's like a grill, a 17-inch grill. It's like it's like you would have in a restaurant. You wanted to make pancakes or eggs and bacon on it. You could. You don't need a pot and pan, and all you got to do is clean it up. There's a grease. The only thing that's sloppy maybe would be the grease hole, You have to empty that all the time. But other than that, I mean, I think that would be a little bit better. Have a pot and a pan, just in case you need to cook something else or whatever. Uh, but yeah, I think that. I mean, so those are the two things I got my eyes on. Uh, I ain't ready yet, but I mean that's what I got my eyes on, and I'm trying to figure out how to put it in my wish list. But yeah, so we got a few things like that. Um, Foresty Forest. Paul says Foresty Forest is down here wandering around, I believe. Yeah. With the price of gas up there, I think Joseph sharing the wild has a great setup for a minivan. Great to see you, Jeffy. Yeah. Well, he does have a great thing. But if he sells that, he ain't gonna let it go cheap because like I think in one of his videos he said and he's gonna take some of that stuff with him. So he's used it well. He fixes everything on his as much as he can. He fixes it himself, and he's a lot more adaptable to do that. So I mean, that's what I like about him, about Joseph. I mean, he does things, and he maintains it all the time. But he still has a few issues here and there. But yeah, uh, so yeah, he's put a lot of. I believe I don't know. I don't know the price, but I believe. Uh, um, Yeah, he's put a lot of effort into his van build. He has, and he's got things tuned in, and he knows where everything is pretty much. And yeah, he's got some. He's got like lighting underneath his cabinet in the front, and yeah, he's just got he's got buttons you press, and he's got a little speaker he hooked up, and that's just lately that I've seen that's new. Uh, so yeah, what's that channel? I'm a New Brunswick, yeah, Canada. Yeah, Craig, that's where he's at. I remember he's up there. And yeah, like I mean, I've watched Gina. She has a channel. She's in Oregon, and like I'm learning stuff. Like like she had I guess there was I don't know if it was a solenoid or something. It was draining her battery, so she got that fixed, or she's getting that fixed. The last time I looked. So yeah, the shout out to her too, because she's got a pretty good channel too. She hangs out, does her thing, goes to town. I guess goes to the Y a lot. Sounds like she's watching what she's eating. Uh, I'm afraid to ask, Henry, what goodies did you get? Oh, yeah. You want to know? Okay. I got funny friends. Rambling Rocketeer. Funny friends. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, I got a t shirt. Yep. Got a t shirt. I got a license plate. The more license plates I get, I'm going to sort of like have something to do with that. I got a license plate. I got macadamia nuts. My daughter got a T-shirt, and you remember? Oh, do you remember the other day? Um, of one of my videos, I said I stunk. Well, my good friend in Kauai thought that because of that, they sent me these little things here: ass soap and cock soap. There you go. And if you can read the label, I got that in one hand and that in the other hand. So got a handful of this and a handful of that. And they smell purty. Yeah. So there's the answer. Oh yeah, Jeffy, I went to the casino today, played slots. I won $40, then I lost 30 and won back 20. So I went home after that. Seemed like the right thing to do. Yeah, I remember walking in. I remember walking in with my sister one time um, to a casino, and I don't like to start because I don't have that. I didn't have. I usually spend $20. Okay, I didn't have that much money, so I spend 20 and I sit on the 1 cent slots or whatever. But when I was playing the 1 cent slots, it was about like 5 minutes in. I won about $40 or $50, and then after that, I moved over to the dollar one. I like the triple sevens or whatever. I moved over to that and I won $250. And then we were in there for about 20 minutes. And I told my sister, I said, okay, we're ready to go now. She goes, what? I said, we're ready to go. She said, we just got here. Yeah, well, uh, I won $250. And I said, I don't want to sit here and spend it all. So I left. That was one of the shortest visits I had to a casino, but I haven't been to one lately. So, uh, yeah, yeah, those soaps. I know, Raven? I'm trying to be a good boy, and they send me stuff like that. How can you not say something about that? You know, like this one here is easy to say. This one's a little bit more, but I got a handful of ash. Uh, How can you not say that? How can you not say that? We won't say about the other thing. Oh yeah, but yeah. So well, that's it. Like I don't. I used to have a little bit of an addiction with gambling too, and I don't really partake in it anymore. I mean, it's something to do, every now and then. But I always go in there with a limit, and I say that's it. Okay, Brent. Thank you for showing up, and we'll talk to you later, brother. Uh, yeah. Well. I can't do much of else. I mean, I can't do anything bad. They'd follow my tracks in the snow. I'd be easy to pick up in a lineup. That little short guy there, that's him. Anyways, okay, we've been on for a while, and yeah, I'm glad that yeah. Well, it's been a year, so I'm hoping next year, this next upcoming year, will be a little bit better than this year. But I mean, I don't think the learning part of this journey is going to end yet. I still got to do some things. I still got to learn some things, and I'm just really truly happy I made it this far. That's it. I am. I'm really really happy I made it this far, and yeah, and I'm not really scared. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I just seen this thing there. Hold on for a minute. I was in IKEA the other day, and I was watching Emmy, cat lady Van, when I think she was near an IKEA or something. She went in there and bought herself a little mirror. And I went into IKEA and I bought myself one of them little mirrors. I'm slowly putting a few things away that I'm going to need in my van built. And I put the stickers on it, but I came across this clock for $3. It's a $3 clock, and I put some stickers in it. So if anybody wants, not the clock, but if anybody wants stickers, got a good sale going on, 2 for 1. Get 2 stickers for $10. Yeah, and that's yep. And I do have some wood carvings too, but I haven't really got that up yet. Uh, right on. Well, I did some. That was one of the other things. My grandson. I mean, I really love. Trust me, I love my grandson. But he's doing the thing. He's doing the. He wants to push his papa. So, okay, papa, I'll push it. But things go by so fast. I'm looking around and trying to see stuff. He just sort of like, yep, okay. And then we get to the exit, and he says, "Where are they?" I said, "Well, I think they're looking at stuff, and so we got to go." I said, "How come you go so fast?" "Oh, I don't want to walk so much." As soon as he says that, I said, "Well, let's go back." So now you're walking twice as much now. Yeah, they're really helpful, but sometimes, yeah, I don't get to see everything that I would like to see. Yeah, if any, and if anybody's new here, please like, subscribe. Uh, you know, not gonna like I hear some people say that it's not gonna cost you anything, and yeah, it helps me because I'm trying to get I'm trying to get some stuff worked out so I can put up more videos. You know, I think like I was trying to do a video a day, or and I put a lot of shorts up there and stuff like that, and I usually do a live every couple of weeks or something. I don't know when the last one, but I'm just trying to get organized. Right now, it's like a big cluster. It's just like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. I put up a couple of short videos this weekend because I was watching my grandson play hockey. I thought that was cool, and yeah, so I'm just trying to get going. But hopefully it'll get a little bit more interesting when it comes to my van built and my travels, because that is going to be a learning experience. I mean, everything from driving to parking on solid land instead of sand. I mean, I don't think I'll be going down to the beach anytime soon because, you know, I mean, wheelchairs don't go good with sand and snow and loose gravel. They just don't, you know. And that's the thing. But there's lots of things I can do without doing some of that stuff. So yeah. Uh, Well, Raven asked me, "Are you keeping an eye on vans for sale in the states down here too?" Yeah, there's been some pretty good deals. You're right. You're right. There has been, but by the time you pay the difference in like I think one of my grandsons just went to Jamaica with his friends and their parents. But my daughter said she went into the bank and got $100 American, and it cost her 140 Canadian. So yeah, it's like it's really expensive, and then you got to go through. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. And then you got to go through customs and some vehicles. I'm not putting that down or nothing. That's what I've been told. That's people that do that. Sometimes like you gotta change them because some of our laws are different, and we have to put daytime running lights. And there's some vehicles that don't have that still, but they need that up here, and different things and emissions and all. It's a good idea. I just find it's a little bit too much hassle in the long run. But I am looking at different vehicles. I got my eye on different vehicles. Hey, Shell, glad to see you. Uh, So yeah, so it's like Tom, I am doing pretty good, thank you. Yeah, it seems to be. I don't remember it being this. I don't remember it being this low before. So I remember when it used to be dollar for dollar at one point. That was a long time ago. Hi, Kim. Glad you made it. It's all right. You good to work out. Uh, let me see. Good to hear. Yeah, I keep my eye out looking for. I keep my eye out looking for stuff all the time. Just to see what's up and down and everything else. Lots of mileage up here in Canada. Quebec, I still have nothing against the Quebec itself, but I still have a lot of not issues, but I'm still a little bit nervous about buying stuff in Quebec because, again, it's just across the province here. It's not that far, and their rules and regulations are different than ours. You know, and I've heard that from mechanics. What will pass in Quebec don't always necessarily pass here. Now, some of the cars are newer, but yeah. And some cars they got low mileage, but they drop off because they hear a couple of rattles or a ding or a bang or something like that. So I'm just being cautious. But I mean, right now I don't have any money right now to speak of to buy a vehicle. I'm still like I said, I'm still focusing on getting my license. Once I get my license and they say I can drive, then I'm going to focus everything on trying to put money together. I mean, I got my income tax coming. I got a few things coming, and it's just like, yeah, I'll do my best to put that together. Because yeah, that's what I need to do. And it might be a good vehicle, but it might not be so good. But I don't really care about cosmetics so much, you know. But mechanical, it's got to be A1 mechanical because I just can't fix everything that I used to fix. I can't do that. So as long as it runs, stops, and it's pretty good, I'm good about that. Yeah, my friend Brent in Victoria or in Nanaimo, he sends me pictures of these foreign cars from Japan, and I mean there was one he sent me the other day. It was $8,700 or something. It's got a 650cc engine in it. It's like a Honda sport bike or something. I mean, that's all right, but it looked really cool. The front end looked like a looked like a partly like a, a Bentley. Yeah, it looked really neat, and I don't know how long or wide it is, but it's a van. You can take everything out in there, and then like customize it to what you want. So yeah, I mean, it looked really hot, but when they were telling you about it, they said good for around town, good for this, good for that. They never once mentioned highway. So I'm just wondering if you have to put it on the highway, and I don't know. I'm sure it would make it from here to Vancouver or from Vancouver to here, but like I just don't know how long it would go. Like I mean, like 650cc is not much. So yeah. Yeah, I like that Chevy Astro too, Papa. I love that. Yep, they're not bad. Yeah, they're not bad at all because they're short but they're taller, and it looked like there was plenty of room. So yeah, anything like that. I mean, I'm trying to find one that's in half decent shape. Uh, uh, yeah, you're trying to keep everything in perspective, right? You have a you know, I mean, a six cylinder I think would be good. I don't know about a four, but a six would be good. And if you had a small V8, but it wasn't like a big vehicle, that would be good too. But you got to think of gas. and you got to think of repairs, and you got to think of, like, I'd rather put small tires on a small truck than big tires on a big truck. Like, like, I mean, my for my RV, my tires were expensive. Same thing for my same thing for my for the Bears Den. It was expensive, unless you can get a deal and stuff like that. But I've moved around so much in lately in my life. I used to know people here before, but I haven't been out and about, so I have no more connections like I used to have. The only thing I have, I mean, I've talked to them about it, but I haven't really pushed it. Is my daughter's boyfriend. He's a mechanic, so, and I've talked to him before, and he said, yeah, he'd look at stuff for me, and I said, okay, and he'd fix it. I'd have to pay have to pay his price, like shop price, but yeah, I mean that saves a few bucks here and there. So good evening, Grammys. Yep. Good evening. Glad you showed up. Yeah, that's what I was. And some of them past the Coquihalla too. There's some of them BC highways I've been on that are just. I had a 4 cylinder before. I had a Suzuki, and that just chugged up there like. I mean, 18 wheelers were passing me. That's how slow that went. You need a little bit of torque, that's for sure. Uh, I am still looking at that Ford Econo. Yeah. One more trip to the shop with my Dodge van, and it's going to be all set, but that still doesn't give me more room. Yeah, well, it's different, huh? Yeah, it all depends what you need. I know I'm going to have to downsize a lot. I'm not going to carry everything I used to. Yeah, Raven was just saying she's looking at something, so it's not going to carry what I used to carry in it because I don't have room for that. Like, I don't know who was it. I don't think it was Gina. Maybe it was. Yeah, I think it was her. She said something like, if I haven't used it in the past 3 weeks or week or so, or she doesn't use it on a daily basis, pretty much. And she clarified, not my tools. No, you don't throw away your tools. You might if you got double, but no, you don't throw away your tools. Uh, yeah, if it's not being used, you don't need it, and that's pretty much what you got to do. You got to make sure you got a bed, a washroom, stove, a cooler, freezer. Um, probably some. Yeah, probably something else I'm missing. Yeah, place to put your water, and it all depends when you're going or where you're going. Fans would be good, but other than that, you really don't need a heck of a lot. You know, and I'm not sure if I would make it so my drawers would be stuck in the van, or I just have crates. I might just live with crates again. I mean, that's fine. But I think I'm going to go with a different style this time so I can see what's in them. Because, out of sight, out of mind. And that happens real quick in a van. You don't see it, whatever. Like I lost a T-shirt that Brent gave me. Like it was from Dildo, Newfoundland. He mentioned it one day. He said, "How come you don't wear my shirt?" I said, "I don't. It's not in my drawer, so it must be lost downstairs in the laundry room, and I can't go down there to get it." So, uh, yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's the goal. I know you don't hear a lot from me sometimes, and then you hear lot from me. But yeah, that's the goal. I want to get back out. I want to, I want to do things. Like, I know I'm not as old as some people that are doing this, but I'm old now officially. They say I'm old. Once you get 65, you're old. You made it. Well, I'm not ready to lie down yet, so I might move slower, but I want to get up and see as much as I can. before they park me someplace permanently. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean that's all. Thank you very much, Ramblin'. Yeah, see, she's help. I'm talking, and she's filling out. People want stuff, and yeah, that's good. Yeah, I still got that idea you told me about Raven, about your stow and go. I think I'm going to use that. She gave me an idea one time. I said, "Oh, like I mean, it's not big in there, right?" And she, if you get a stow and go, you could probably put your toilet in there." And I went, "What?" Because yeah, you could probably just drop it in there. They got different can sizes, and you open it up and you do your business, and you don't even have to get off the ground to do it. There's no balancing act. You just got to make sure you're well over the target, and then yeah, do your thing. And I empty it all the time, so it's just throw it out with the trash. I was always curious about that, throwing it out with the trash. But Chrome on Fan City Van Life, he did a thing where he checked out a lot of them rules and regulations, and it's okay to, as long as you put it in a bag, you tie it up, and you can throw it out with whatever. Yeah. So yeah, it's all good to go. Uh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you, Raven. Since you're trying to do some, stretches and stuff like that, and it's hard to find water and stuff. I was thinking of maybe getting one of them filters, and there's some good filters out there. Make my own. I just have to look it up, but get some water. You can almost use like puddle water, and it'll clear everything up. I mean, that's what they say. I might be wrong, but yeah, not so much. I want to do that, but yeah, there's probably ways of doing it. So yeah, because water is important, and yeah. So who knows? Yeah. Even me, I don't even know what I'm getting for a paycheck now that I'm 65. I got a letter today saying I'm getting a certain amount partially, and then there's another part that kicks in, and I think there's another part that kicks in, but I got to fill it out first. I'm not. I don't know what I'm getting. I'm not living high off the hog. That's for sure. And I still got to pay rent, which is fine. I'm not complaining about that. But yeah, you got to live somewhere, right? I sometimes think though, if I had a van, I wouldn't have to pay rent. You know, and I could help out a little bit, but maybe not pay rent, but sleep in the parking lot here in the driveway. Oh, I don't know. I'm always looking for an easy way out. Yeah. No, life still goes on, unfortunately. It ain't going to get any better. I would think so. I thought about that a couple of times, and I think you're correct, Raven. That'd be a good spot for it. That was your idea. I didn't hear that from anybody else, so there you go. And if you don't go, well, it all depends. Like if I can get a vehicle this year sometime, it all depends. I might be able to go. I might be able to. Might be able to head towards BC. I'm not sure, but I want to do the big loop. Head towards BC, and or I might just go up towards Detroit. I used to know people that used to live up there, so that's where I came in. I came down through I think it was the 88 or 80 something. They call it a trucker highway. I came down through there and I came in through Detroit, Windsor, I think it was something like that, I believe. Anyways, yeah, I want to go up there because I think you're up around there, right, Raven? I think you're close to. Well, on the map, it looks like you would be closer to the Canadian border than deeper into the states. I believe I'm not sure if I'm correct on that. Yeah. Yes, it is. Kindness is free. I do my best. Uh, yes, hugs to all. Um, I can't even get a good back scratch. I'm gonna have to go to. I'm gonna have to go to the dollar store to get one of them bamboo hand scratchers. Cause I tell you, man. I mean, I do anything for a back scratch. My daughter don't like doing it because she says, "Oh, that's awful." Get dead. I said, "Well, cut over the shirt, man. It'll be fine. Just scratch me over my shirt. We'll be good." Yeah, well, I think that's you know, that's cool. I think that's the thing, Raven. That's it. Like, I mean, if you can find somebody like that, that's fine. Uh, no, no, you're not being too nosy and sandy. Well, she was going to be a nurse, but she was doing it for the wrong reasons. She was doing it for me. They said, "Oh, she wanted to help people like me when but she did. Yeah, she really didn't like it. Then she became and then she worked with the elderly. She wasn't a nurse, but I forget what you call them. But she worked with the elderly in a home, but she wasn't a nurse. And then now she works. Now, she took a leap one time. She worked for a couple of dentists, and she worked. Now she works for a doctor, a heart doctor, cardiologist. And yeah, she's like the receptionist, and she does quite well. But she's always there's nothing wrong with it, but like she really puts everything towards her kids, and which is good. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people should do that, but sometimes it's too much. You know, should throw some love on yourself too, not just But yeah, she just likes doing that, and that's what she does for her work. Uh, hey, Broken Nomad, howdy. Hi, Kevin. Uh, yeah, I used to love when I was in Vancouver. I used to love going to the. I think I think it was I think it's Japanese. Um, shiatsu, yeah, rub shiatsu, like because my body is so messed up. Like I have to get deep core rubs, like deep. Yeah, like you just can't go. Oh yeah, you're no, you gotta. I'm almost into a little bit of pain, but it's not painful for me because every time people touch my shoulder or rub my back or whatever, oh you're so tense, you're so tense, and it feels like I've done workouts because my skin is so tense, and so it's just yeah. So I need something just to relax, just you know. But I found a school in Vancouver, but it's $40, so I don't have that kind of money anymore. So shiatsu, that's it. Well, it's a form of deep rub. Like they won't they won't rub you. They won't rub you with your clothes off. Like you can't go in there with. They won't rub bare back, bare legs, nothing like that. They won't do that. They rub you with your clothes fully on. That's what they do. It's like a massage, and it's like they get right in deep to all your muscle port. Like you got to watch it when you're diabetic. Getting a shiatsu, getting a back rub like that, it lowers your blood sugar. I walked out of there, and yeah, I walked out of there, and I've had a reaction, low blood sugar reaction. So yeah, so yeah, it's pretty good, but I don't think they have that here. So, but I mean that's fine. I just eventually I want to get to the pool. But today we were going to go to the pool, or it was an idea, not that we were going to go, but my daughter said, "No, it would be a good day because it's everybody and their mother will be there." So I said, "Oh, okay." A little bit of a tease, a little bit of a tease. I was like, "Oh, I want to go to the pool," but no, I understand. A lot of people go, so uh, eventually, I'll go during the week sometime. You know, it's like I said. I mean, but I think I do need to take somebody with me, and that's the problem. So until I can get somebody to go with me, uh, yeah, we'll have to, you know, we'll have to figure it out. Uh, uh, yeah. Well, I think I had your address, Raven, and I think I looked on that, and yeah, that's what I mean. No, I don't want to give away where you're at, but I mean that's what I mean. I thought it was closer to Canada than down below. No, yeah. Well, that's Catherine. That's what I'm looking for. Crates like that, you know. Yeah, crates like that. It's great. Well, that'd be cool, Kim. Uh, yeah. Oh, they brought in my chariot. I got three. I got three friggin' wheelchairs in my room right now. uh, yeah, some people like it, and some people don't. Raven, I mean, and that's fine. I mean, you know, that's one of the reasons my daughter didn't I don't think like one of the things she said she didn't she didn't continue into nursing because she has a hard time with feet. She used to hate looking at feet. Like yeah, feet not her thing. But she does other things, and it's just like kind of funny. But yeah, you know, not everybody's meant to do it. For now, she seems to be happy doing what she's doing. So Thank you. Uh, yes, I'm going to do that. When I see her again, remember what I talked about? Now we're on a waiting list waiting. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to check that out. Uh, wow. Had it been a year already? Yikes, it seems to be flying by. Yeah, it is. It is Clash in Canada. It is flying by. But yeah, it's a year. Uh, I'm sure. I've known a few nurses in my day. I know that'd be the least of the problems. But yeah, there's a few other things. Yep. That's what we decided. It's not that she didn't want to take me. It's just that she knew, like she knows that yeah, they were going to be packed. Uh, well, that's pretty much true, Catherine. I mean, either or, you're going to pay rent and or you're going to pay for insurance. I'm hoping that when I go get my insurance, I'll be able to start back. I mean, I've been driving for years, but because I've had to redo my driving thing, I'm hoping that I'll start back where I was at before a little bit cheaper. But I also got to remember as soon as I tell them, I took a Young Drivers of Canada course. Usually, close to 50% they drop your insurance because I've been taught by a driving school, so that might help too. I believe my driving test. I believe. uh, I don't know what my driving test is. Hold on. 14. I thought I marked it down. I think it's the 25th or something. Yeah, it's got to be a Saturday. So it's the 25th, I believe. Yeah, yeah, it's the 25th. So of this month. Uh, yeah. But it's not for everybody, Raven. But it's good for, like because I have little feeling, you know. So like my muscles are really tight. Even right now, I cannot. This is as far as I can go because sorry to show you my armpits, but I can't really go back that far. And my shoulder, my muscles, my arms, they're all really tight. So it works for me. I am too. Okay. Thank you, Susan. Happy late Valentine's to you too. Uh, Doug, I don't really like the polished super professional channels. Well, this is far from being polished and professional. You can't say it's polished and professional when you're washing yourself with this. Yeah, asphalt or this. But they smell good. Uh, I try my best. Keep it real. It's the only way to go. Sometimes I get too real. I gotta watch it. Uh, okay, well, I gotta run. It's been nice chatting with you all. Thank you for all showing up. I appreciate it. Uh, and yeah, I'll try to get my. I'll try to get my. I'll try to get my videos up, or I don't know what the heck the problem is. I keep on taking things out and unloading it, and it still says I don't have room. So I had the whole thing filmed today, and then I erased it after all that. And I said, "Oh well, I'll do a live." So that's what I'll do. Hi, Travel Dreamer. I know Kim. Kim want me to do cooking. They're not always healthy, Kim. I get people telling me that's not good for you. That's not good for you. I had one video. I don't think I showed you. There was one video. The pot that I use is I I can put the my hand goes over that frying pan I use. So my egg is about like this, and I do all the calculations, and I look, and if you know how to carb count, you got carbohydrates, and then you subtract the fiber off of it. So and some stuff's got higher fiber. I put a little bit of meat in it, a little bit of cheese, and I don't always give the full dose of it. So I don't know. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I do. My breakfast is about 400 calories, but sometimes I don't eat till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I might have something because my sleeping's all messed up. But I might have something at 7 or right about now, and that's it. Thank you very much, Ramlin. Well, no, not everybody can have that, but he worked for it really, really hard. So you know, he does a lot of good stuff, in my opinion. And it's not just for me. I've seen him. I've seen him around. I've seen him do stuff that most people wouldn't do. At least the ones around me, anyway. So he's got my respect. Okay, I will talk to you all later. Thank you for showing up and popping in and saying hello. And y'all have yourself a good rest of the week. Love yous all. Peace and aloha. Okay.